All right, Elizabeth has a question about how long to wait between when you post a piece of content on your blog or in a newsletter before you post it on Medium. Do you post it to go live right after the newsletter goes out or after it's posted elsewhere? What's your strategy?
My strategy is it doesn't really matter. So I actually technically probably would post on Medium before, but like just basically at the same time. But the one thing is depending on, are you familiar at all with like, so you post on Medium and send in your newsletter and put on your website, or just Medium and your newsletter?
Actually, I do all three.
Okay. So do you know what I'm going to botch how you say this, but canonical links are? Do you know about that in Medium? Let me show you. It's really simple. So basically what happens when you publish on Medium, which I actually haven't done in a little while. I've kind of stopped publishing there a bit. So this is an already published article, but so where is it? When you publish or before you publish, if you go into, I think it's more settings. Yeah. So if you go into more settings and then you go over here to advanced settings, I believe it's so funny that they hide it. I'll explain what this is in a second. So then you click into advanced settings and you'll see this customized canonical link. The story was originally published elsewhere. So what happens is when you publish something in multiple places, this is a way to tell Google which one is the one that you want Google to index, right? So if I publish on my website and publish on Medium, if I don't do this, chances are likely that Google's going to think Medium was the original and I sort of copied it for my website. So they're not going to rank my website, they're going to rank Medium. If you want them to see the version on your website as the official version, so all that Google traffic comes to you instead of Medium, this is how you do it. All you have to do is copy and paste your website. You go into the advanced settings, you say this story was originally published elsewhere, and you add your link and then save it. What this is doing again is just telling Google that's the main version. Now, what I will say is in most cases, if you're publishing on your website, I would recommend doing this. That said, Medium has a really high, I'm not an SEO expert, but to get into, Medium has a really high domain rating. So it ranks really well in search engines. So chances are it ranks better than your website does, which means chances are the same article on Medium as the original version is going to have a better chance of ranking in search results than the one on your website. But all that traffic's going to Medium. It's not going to your website. It's not helping your domain rating grow or any of that stuff, right? This is where it gets into sort of personal preference of what you're trying to do. Personally, for a while, I didn't care about SEO. I didn't bother doing that. And, I had stuff that ranked pretty high that was just going to Medium and whatever. Then at some point I was like, no, you know what? I really should be having this go to my site. So I do that for all my stuff. By the way, it doesn't matter which you actually publish first. It just matters that when you go, like you can go on Medium, publish it, add it to your website later, and then go back and add the canonical link. So it doesn't really matter. But if it's important to you or you want your site to be ranking, then you should definitely do that because otherwise that stuff's all going to go to Medium.